All right, live here tonight on the American Sim Network. It is the FEG PC iRacing Flea Market Winter Truck Series. I'm Matt Egan, joined by Jeffrey Smith. We are filling in for GSRC TV here tonight at Phoenix International Raceway. Getting ready to go racing here in this event. Before we get going, we want to remind you that ASN will be covering the FEG PC Monday night series starting February 17th, which will be a full NIS schedule with fixed setups. Servers will go up at 8 p.m., qualifying at 9:10, and race at 9:30. Two truck champions, $1,500 to each champion. That is $1,500. You can apply at iRacing Flea Market on Facebook for that series. Anyway, how you doing tonight, Jeff?
I am doing great, Matt. How are you?
I am doing awesome, and I am ready for what should be a great night of racing here. What are your predictions for tonight? Tell me a little bit about these drivers and what we can expect to see.
I am pumped to watch these FEG drivers go 100 laps at Phoenix. Phoenix is a whole different animal. You got to be ready for anything. 3 and 4 gets really tight. 1 and 2 can get crowded. If you don't get the line just right, you're gonna lose the momentum down the backstretch and the old backstretch. And it will be tonight, down around the dog leg. So it's gonna be tough to get a handle on. I talked to some of the drivers today. It sounds like the truck is really loose at the beginning of the run, and so we'll see. It might be interesting to see.
Yeah, it sounds like it should be a great race to watch. Now, you want to talk to some of these drivers? Why don't you bring up some of our points contenders, and we'll get a word in with them before we go racing.
All right, let's go talk to Kenneth McCullough, the current points leader. See if we can get him to come up here.
Kenneth McCullough also winning last week's event. Right now, Aaron Smith is on the top of the speed charts. I'll let you take it away with Kenneth McCullough.
Kenneth McCullough, Jeff Smith up here in the booth. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How's the truck feel tonight?
A little loose.
Little loose. That's what I'm hearing. What are your predictions for tonight?
I don't know, man. I think I'm going to stay in the back for a while and see how it goes. I ain't really sure what's going to happen here.
All right, buddy. Go down and put a fast lap down, and we'll see in a little bit.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right, and we'll watch his lap here at Budweiser 03 machine. Bring back memories of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Daytona 500 winning Budweiser car. Is that just me?
No, I believe that is where he is going. That is the iconic Kenneth McCullough Budweiser machine. This thing is fast every single week.
We'll see what kind of lap he's able to put down here. 109, 112 coming out of the first corner, going into the dog leg down the back stretch. Pretty good speed. Now into 3 and 4. Rides it in a little bit high, and he's going to run about a mid-line through 3 and 4, and I'm not sure if I'd go with that line, but you know, he is leading the points, so he's probably got a pretty good handle on this racetrack. Where's that going to put him? We'll find out. That will put him 13th place on the speed charts, and he is the, well, third slowest. McLean and Howell under him, 14th and 15th.
It'll be interesting tonight to see who decides to go ahead and qualify and who decides to start in the back. I talked to a few guys tonight. They're with the loose track. I see a lot of them wanting to stay in the back, but we'll see how it goes. And let's get Andrew Melvin up here in the booth.
Yeah, he qualified 4th, and with 55 seconds, that'll probably hold out. I'll let you talk to him here. And, you know, that's a pretty good starting spot here at Phoenix. I'd want to start near the front of the field because the old Phoenix, very hard racetrack to pass at, and especially if the trucks are as loose as the drivers are saying, I would not expect passing to come easily.
Andrew Melvin, Jeffrey Smith up here in the booth. How are you doing tonight? Andrew Melvin, do you got a copy?
How you doing, Strudel?
There we go. Hi, how's it going, buddy?
Going pretty good. How are you?
Looks like you are sitting third in points. How do you feel going in tonight?
A little nervous. Just got to run my race, do what feels good to me, and not really worry about everyone else. Just kind of got to get the car home clean.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. What are your plans going forward this season?
Get a win. Get a win. Get a win. Get a win.
Get a win. Get a win. He wants to be safe, Matt. Going
Yeah,
into that.
sounds like he wants to get a win.
He wants to get a win. All right, buddy. Good luck tonight. We've seen you fourth, and we'll see what happens. Take care of it.
Thanks, guys.
I tell you, that's a good plan, though, to win races. Always a good way to do well in a season. We'll start up your starting lineup here on the American Sim Network, and it'll be Clint Cox and Aaron Smith, row number 1. Looking at row number 2, who we got? We got Josh Bonwell and Andrew Melvin. We just talked to the driver of that 37, and, well, he's looking to go to victory lane here tonight. Row 3, Jared Ikes and Braden Johnson. Row 4, how about Kenneth McCullough and Matthew Lee? McCullough, your points leader and last week's winner, starting pretty close to the front of the field. I believe right around 7th place. David Centini, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, David Centini, the 16. He is going to be bad fast tonight, too.
And Jade Bell. Also, sorry if I get some of these names wrong. First time I'm broadcasting this league, but I'll get better with the names as we go on. Row 6, Hayes Booth and Tobias Eckenberg. Row 7, Jose Mendina and Brandon Bullock.
Yep.
Row 8, Ricky Howell Jr. and Jim Westerfield. Row 9, Julia McLean and Raymond Rittenauer. McLean there, is that just the name of the account, or
I'm not sure.
Or is that anyway, row 10, you'll be looking for Matt Quick. Well, he's hoping to be quick here tonight. See what I did there, a little bit of a joke. Tyler Pluff in the 39. Row 11, Travis Rucker and Eli Warren. Row 12, Brad L. Bothwell and Peyton D. Howell. Chad Ross, Gregory Bradenberg, Tim No, Ray Jackson, Stephen McGaffey, William Rucker, RJ Corson rounds out your field. 16 rows deep in the field here tonight. A lot of drivers, a lot of fast drivers as we get ready to go racing here.
We got 100 laps of fast Phoenix driving. Looks like Kenneth McCullough is going to has decided to start from the pits tonight. That's interesting.
Well, hey, if you get an early caution, it may not be the worst idea in the whole world if you think about it. Also,
So that is going to put Clint Cox on the front row. That's going to move Matt Lee up to the 7th spot, it looks like.
Also, to all the viewers out there on YouTube, let us know how our audio levels are sounding. Hopefully they're sounding good. Pace car down. Here we go. Green flag for the first time tonight here from Phoenix International Raceway. They are down and away. Rocketing now into turns 1 and 2. It is Clint Cox out away with the lead. 2nd place at the moment. You'll be looking for Aaron Smith, Josh Bonwell, Melvin, Ikes, Johnson, Centini. They follow up behind. It is side by side. The 1 and the 37, Melvin and Ikes coming out of turn number 3. Now it is single file. And Cox will lead that first lap. Side by side further back, Johnson and the 81 of, who is in that 81 car?
I believe that is...
Is that, I think that's a lap down car. Or is, yeah, I think that's a lap. Oh no, that's the 36.
Oh, the 36, that's Braden Johnson.
Yeah, he's got a different number stamp, but yes, that's Braden Johnson there. Threw me for a loop with that paint scheme he did. side by side, these four drivers, and looks like Lee on the bottom's got a pretty good run, or Lee up top rather, has a good running going. No, I'm sorry, Lee is on the bottom. Melvin's up top.
And I want to keep an eye on Matthew Lee. This guy, if this comes down to fuel mileage race, he'd be one to watch. He was able to save enough fuel and won at Iowa, and he was able to save enough fuel and ended up fifth, I believe, at Dover. Caution
flag in the air. We had one around coming into turn one, it looked like, or coming out of turn one. That'll be the 9 of Bothwell. And looks like he just got himself loose, spun out. Good job locking it down. Doesn't hit anything, but he'll need 4 fresh rubbers. Probably flat spotted those tires. Actually, you look at him running. It looks like he's got possibly a flat on the left rear. Or that just might be the way that truck's set.
Oh, it looks like he just came out of the dog leg and just whipped it around.
Yeah.
He's able to keep it clean, though.
I don't know if he got loose or had a tire go down, but look at the way he's pacing there. He looks like that left rear's a little bit low. But that might just be the way these cars are set here at Phoenix, or these trucks, I should say, rather. About 5 laps into the show here tonight. Hope everyone's enjoying so far. Clint Cox, Aaron Smith, Ikes, Bonwell, and Santini round out your top 5. Not in that order, though. So, while we're under caution, I know some people around here call you Toaster. How about you tell us about that?
So, it's been about 4 years now. Jeff and I, and another friend of ours, we met in another league, and at the time I was running on an old Windows 8, I think it was at the time, Windows 7, yeah, Windows 7 PC. This thing was just absolute. I mean, so I was running at 30 frames per second. That's how bad this thing was. And I mean, that was on the minimum graphics. And I was having a hard time, you know. I was 700 iRating actually at that point, and it was a nightmare trying to race. But I was racing, and that was the fun part. So I talked to Jeff, and Jeff was like, I don't even know what you're doing with that thing. It wouldn't even burn toast. So that's where the toaster came from. That name is gonna stick for all of eternity, because my PC, when Jeff first met me, wouldn't even burn toast. So it wasn't even as good as a toaster.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you're ever wondering the very perplexing question. So we got a question in the YouTube chat from a person named Jack asking, where's Josh's mom? Unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that, so you might have to ask someone else.
That is Josh Bonwell. Is it Bonwell or Bothwell? Bonwell, I believe, is what he's referring to. His mom shows up every single week to watch this race. She is a huge supporter. We love Josh's mom.
And there's your answer. She might not have known that GSRC wasn't available tonight, perhaps, and then that might have been it. 8 laps into the race here tonight. And we'll be getting ready for this restart. I'll let you get the green here, Jeff. And I tell you what, man, this has been exciting so far. Though that number 3, he got a great start on the initial and has led every lap so far. You think we'll see maybe the 70 Aaron Smith pull up to him, or what do you think?
Aaron Smith is going to be another one to watch tonight. He's shown a lot of strength this season. It's going to be interesting. Jared Ix is right there. Josh Bothwell is right there. Or Bonwell, I'm sorry. They're all really, really close there in speed each and every week. The pace lights are out, and we will be going green in just a few minutes as the pace car pulls down. And they're off. Clint Cox pulls out the lead.
All right, great start there by that number 3 machine, down into 1 and 2. Look at Bonwell. He got a great start there in that 56 truck as well, on that outside lane, able to get in line, as did Jared Ikes. So we'll be about 10 laps into this race now, 91 laps to go, and they are all single file. And Clint Cox, your man out front, man in the lead. Jared Ikes runs third. Bonwell, Lee, Santini. Santini in the 16. Looks like he wants to make a move on Matthew Lee. He'll look to his inside. They'll be door-to-door going into turns 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, Santini with the pass. Great job by that 16 truck. He set that one up brilliantly.
And that's really all you can do here. Especially getting through 3 and 4. It looks like Matthew Lee might be a little, maybe saving a little. He was way off the pace there for a second. We'll see what happens there, but
that or he had a bad lap, because look, he's gonna try and dive it in there. Well, not dive it in there, but he pushed the issue a little bit. It might have just had a bad lap, perhaps.
it looks like we've got a big mover. We got Eli Warren up from 21st. He's now up to 11th.
Yeah, great job by that 21 truck. Once again, driver is Eli Warren, and yeah, 11th place now, and continuing to be on the move, trying to get to the back end. Driver in front of him, that is Braden Johnson. He is trying to chase down currently as he goes into turn 1. Now watch his line. He's got a pretty good entrance into the turn, hugs it down on that groove, little darker strip of the racetrack. Not quite on the yellow line though, but a pretty good entrance to that corner. Good run through the dogleg as well.
Yeah, and I believe once they get some rubber down here, the racing is going to get just absolutely insane. Everybody's going to be able to really get on it and put some laps down. It's going to be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. 14 laps in, your top 20 on the left side of your screen. As we continue to watch the 21, we'll turn our cameras over a little bit further back. We got a battle for position. It is Julia McLean chasing down Ray Jackson. Back there in 15th place. Ray Jackson looked like he pulling away a little bit from the Trump 2020 machine. Now, look at McLean's car. I don't know what happened to him, but they got a lot of rear end damage, and it looks like the Menards machine of Ricky Howell, well, he's got a lot of front end damage, so I'm wondering if those two trucks met in the middle somewhere. That would be my inclination as to that, potentially. As we watch these guys rocket around Phoenix International Raceway. Oh,
yeah. It looks like when Ray Jackson was able to get around Julia there, the Menards machine of Ricky Howell just didn't see her checking up and got into the back of her.
Pass for position. Matt Quick got by the 17 machine, and that 17 machine falling way back now. Or is that the 31? No, that is the 17 truck. And that's Brandon Bullock a few laps down. He is a lap down right now. So getting by that lap truck. I really like the paint scheme on that number 89 truck. Looks like a Rubik's Cube from the front end.
Yeah, that is Mr. Matt Quick.
Very eye-catching.
There's no doubt in anyone's mind he's going to be one to watch tonight also.
Battle for position towards the back of the field. It is the 39 and the 78 battling for position. Travis Rucker and Pluff passing for position. Battling for position, I should say. side by side. Here we go. Looks like, I think Rutgers got the advantage going into the corner. Yeah, he does. He'll easily make that path. Kenneth McCullough trying to get to his inside now, and that would be the inside of the 39 truck, and he'll be there. So looks like once you get sent to that outside, you really start to fall back, and that'll put McCullough into 24th place. Now, he started from the pits, so he's got a long way to go to the front of the field here.
He's got a lot of ground to make up, but as we've seen in previous weeks, Ken is resilient, to say the least. So I have no doubt he'll be up and in condition for this thing tonight.
Yeah, it looks like that 39 truck, too, right on his bumper. He does not want to give up that position. We'll go in car with him, that being Tyler Pluff. And just look at the line he's got. He's got a pretty good line now Ken is starting to pull away a little bit, but for about a lap, he was hanging on the back bumper of that 03 truck like he was about ready to pass him. So good running by Tyler there.
Yeah, I'm looking at the points here. Tyler Pluff is in 10th place in overall season points.
Yeah, so
he's got 2 top 10s so far. Yeah, he's had a lot of success. I believe last week he might have had a small hiccup, but he's had some really good races here.
In truck now, but William Rutger, rather, as he gets passed by the 03, and it looks like the 39 setting up for a pass, and yes, he does, and yes, he succeeds. Good pass there by that 39 machine. So Kenneth can put down 23rd place for his truck. He's starting to climb his way through the field. That's the important part.
Just one truck at a time. One truck at a time. You just got to get around here safe. Make sure it's in one piece at the end of the day, and have some really good luck here.
Hey, that's how you got to do it. This is a big racetrack. Well, not a big racetrack, but you know what I mean. As short tracks go, relatively large. And we're only 25 laps into this race. He has got a lot of time to make something happen.
I really enjoy Phoenix. It races like a short track, but it drives like a mile and a half, if that makes any sense. You can really get after it, and there's some really good racing to be had.
Speaking of making something happen, let's take a look at the battle for the lead. Look at Aaron Smith. Looks like Aaron Smith getting ready to make something happen on the back end of that 3. Clint Cox. Smith he's there. He's just not able to really make a pass yet. Looks like the 8 truck has retired it for the night as well. So I don't know what happened to him.
RJ Corson.
He ran about 13 laps. But anyway, we do have that battle for the lead. And a pretty good one at that. Top 3 are under a blanket. Now, I'm looking ahead, and you see lap traffic, namely the 12 of Stephen McGaffey and then Chad Ross. Now, do you think that's going to impact our battle for the lead?
I do. I believe that Clint Cox is probably one of the best at maneuvering through lap traffic, so I think that's going to be huge in his way of pulling away from Aaron Smith.
Well, the 12 truck moved right up to the top line of the racetrack, let the 3 of them by, and you notice through the dogleg there, Aaron Smith had a pass set up. He was on his outside of the 3 into the dogleg. Now he's going to try for the inside. Can he get there, though? No, he cannot. Not in enough time, anyway. Might have something set up for 3 and 4, but he'll think better of it with the lap truck coming into the picture. And actually, it looks like Aaron Smith might lose a little bit of ground, but he'll get to the bottom of the racetrack, get a good run off, and he tried to use the 38 as a bit of a pick, but it didn't quite work out for him.
Looks like Jared Ix might get... Oh, he's going to make it on by also?
Yeah, he got held up a little bit, though.
I love the respect from the lap cars to let him on by.
Well, let's talk about picks to win it tonight. Who would you name?
I think Kenneth McCullough is... I think he's going to be a lock even if he has the issues early, I believe he is a good lock to win out. I think Andrew Melvin, Tyler Pluff, I think either one of them could reach up and get it. Andrew is really good at adjusting to the race car and to the racetrack. So any of those three, Matthew Lee, if it comes down to a fuel mileage race, he'll absolutely be in the hunt. There's a lot of really good drivers in this FEG PC iRacing flea market league.
That's a lot of good. Those are some good picks there. I'd have to honestly go with. I want to go with Aaron Smith. I'm just watching the way he's racing that 3 truck of Clint Cox, and I say he's doing a really, really good job of it. He's doing a great job of just being patient. He's not overly aggressive. He doesn't have to make the pass right this second. He knows that he can wait because he doesn't need the spot now because he still has more than half the race left.
And I think him riding behind Clint Cox is going to make a world of a difference too. That means he's got a buffer ahead and a buffer behind. He's not having to push the truck too hard. He's not underdriving it. He's saving his stuff, and I think you're right. I think he'd be there at the end too.
Now, are these drivers running full fuel loads here, or they running a modified?
65% fuel.
All right, so we'll probably be seeing them pit sometime soon.
I did not get a chance to look at the fuel window.
Aaron Smith having a few blinking issues, though. That might affect his abilities to go to victory lane, unfortunately. So hopefully that calms itself down.
Yeah, let's hope he gets that under control because he is going to be a
battle for
definitely a battle.
Battle for 16th place. Jim Westerfield, Jose Mendina. Mendina loses the spot. So that'll put the 35 truck a spot ahead. Westerfield looking for Eckenberg. That'll be Tobias in the 51. Will he get to him? Well, he'll get to him. The question now, will he pass him?
I'm really surprised Jim Westerfield hasn't made more of a splash than he has. He's been awful quiet, and I think he'll come on here later in the season too.
Oh, right now it looks like he's picking him up, laying him down, so he looks like he's got some good speed. Get in there, and it looks like the 51 slowed down a lot. I don't know what just happened to him. But through the dogleg, that 51 truck went from basically full send to slamming on the brakes. I don't know if he just had a bad entry to that and he thought he was going to go into the wall or what. But
Cox, Aaron Smith, Jared Hicks coming up on a big
whole lot of lap traffic.
Whole lot of lap traffic. We'll see. And this is going to be what separates the men from the boys, if you will.
Yeah, and look at that. They'll get hung up on the 20 car. Or 20 truck, I'm sorry. But you saw how that happened there, and that wasn't really a fault of them. That was just, hard racing. Remember, these lap guys, they are still racing for position.
Yeah, you really got to pick a spot here if you want to pass. Ooh, Aaron Smith having some issues.
Aaron Smith lost a lot of ground just because of where, he caught the 20 going into 1, and that was the problem. But you think about it that way, is these lap trucks, they're still racing for position, so as much as these leaders want them to just pull over and, basically stop for them, they can't, because if they do, they're just going to lose the spot. So you got to take that into factor. About 40 laps into this race now. And the lead has not changed hands from that 3 truck since we dropped the green.
It looks like Aaron Smith is closing in again. Let's see if he can't pull him in and maybe get a pass this time.
He got a pretty good run off the corner that time, I'll say that.
Ooh, battle for position. Andrew Melvin and Matthew Lee for 5th place.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that there, and yeah, look at Melvin got a good run going. He'll try and look to the outside of that 04 Monster Energy Toyota. And he'll get to the inside.
Look at him go. Is he going to clear him? Oh, this is going to be interesting.
He'll get him into one.
Matthew Lee gets him out. Gets out of it and lets him go by.
There you have it. Let's see if Lee can try for a crossover potentially. We're almost at the halfway point here tonight, folks, and we have only had one caution, and I really hope I just didn't jinx it.
We've got a really, really, really good group of guys here. They've spread themselves out, and it looks like everybody's being patient. I like Braden Johnson. Started 8th, and he's currently running 6th. Or no, he started 6th. He's currently running 8th. I'm sorry. He just slow and steady and consistency, I think. So he may be here. He may be one to be watching towards the end too.
Yeah, without a doubt. And look at how the 04, he tried for the pass, or tried to get a good run off, wound up tagging the outside. Well, we got our first truck pitting here tonight. It looks like Rittenhour, or no, I'm sorry, not Rittenhour. I think it was Bonwell down pit lane.
Ooh, that's interesting. Maybe that's a little bit of a short pit, but it may work out in the end. Yes.
Well, it might, but I feel like the wiser of the two strategies might be, if you can, try and stretch it to the halfway mark and turn it into a one-stop race. Not to say Bonwell can't make it a one-stop race, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, Bonwell's he's one to make those short stops and make them work. So he when it comes down to it, I think he made a good decision there.
Yeah, well, hey, my general rule of thumb with pitting, and I think this kind of goes for everyone, but is you don't want to be the first one in, and you don't want to be the last one in, because in both situations, I feel like you're going to lose. You want to be, somewhere in the middle, you know?
Absolutely. It looks like he managed to stay. Nope, he did go one lap down.
I was going to say, if he stayed on lead lap at Phoenix, I'd be amazed.
William Rucker looks like if it was to, the caution was to come out now, he would be our green flag.
Looks like
our lucky dog.
Battle for second place. Jared Ike's trying for it, and he'll get it. Aaron Smith had to back out of it because he had that 00, so Ike's using the 00 as a bit of a pick there. Works out perfectly for him. Yeah, just my logic with the pit stops, what I'd try to do personally, I'd try to make it to the 50 lap mark and then as far past it as I could, just so I know it would be a one-stop race.
Yes. Let's see. This one caution so far is
yeah, really good for Phoenix.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We'll see how that works out later on in the run. That might
pass for the lead potentially. This might be the first pass for the lead all night. Jared Ike stepped out to the bottom there. Can he make it happen? No, he cannot. Not yet.
Ooh.
He shot his shot a little bit too early. And that might cost him.
Back up to the bumper. Oh.
They touched. Oh, it's going to be conflict trying to go into pit lane. And they'll pit just under 50 laps in. I wonder if they could have gone a little bit longer. Or you think they ran it till it was bone dry? What's your bet?
I would say with those two, I believe they ran it to as far as they could. Now we'll see what happens. Maybe
because Cox is still going.
Maybe they wouldn't been able to save enough. Looks like we also have Tobias Eckenberg. He is a lap down, but he is also on pit road.
And we got a lot of drivers choosing now to pit. Tim No, the 16 truck of, I'm sorry, give me a second, Santini.
David Santini, yep.
Huskinville truck of Jackson down pit lane, the 00. A lot of guys pitting now.
Tim No, Raymond Rittenauer, Jade Bell now on pit road.
Leader pitted. Andrew Melvin will inherit the lead. Melvin is yet to pit. And he'll make it to the halfway mark. So to me, that's the big thing. But, you know, the other guys, they had to pit early. So I wonder, depending on how hard they run it, will they have to make a two-stop race? And did you see this one truck coming off the dogleg there? Looked like he was about to spin out. He caught it.
Oh, yeah, Jaredic's getting a little bit sideways there. That's interesting on those.
Oh, they're going to be caught up by the leader. Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, they all did a little bit of a wiggle there, and that is a result of the leader being on old tires, and they're on freshies.
On pit road.
Well, the big thing now is these drivers got to remember how the truck handles on brand new tires.
And it's going to be interesting here with this new tire model on how they are able to handle.
Well, if we get
down pit road.
If we get a caution, I think now's going to be the time because everyone's on new tires and it's going to be looser, and a few drivers might have I don't want to say forgotten how to handle it because that's the wrong word, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Ooh, looks like Melvin might have had an issue.
Oh, the 87 hard into the outside wall.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Is this going to pull us a caution?
No, he just tagged it. Basically, he drove it in. It looked like he was in a little too high, and he tried to put too much power down. It just kind of, you know, slid up to the wall. Look at Travis Rutger. He's your new leader, and he has pitted. And look at who's in second. One of your picks to win, Kenneth McCullough.
Kenneth McCullough, you cannot stop this guy. Just when you think he's out of it, he's not. He comes back. It's really fun to watch this guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, you want to talk about a good strategy? How about that?
How do you start in the pits and end up after halfway end up with the lead? That's just it takes skill, and Kenneth McCullough has continued to show us that he can do it.
Well, he doesn't quite have the lead yet, but effectively starting dead last to second. I mean, how about that? You know, that's amazing.
It looks like we have a few that are trying to wait out the caution. We still have McCullough, who hasn't pitted yet, Pluff, who hasn't pitted yet, and McLean.
So it'll be Aaron
Travis
Smith.
Rucker, William Rucker. They're still trying to wait. It looks like they might be trying to wait out the caution.
Oh, we got one truck in the wall again. That's a 12 now, but no wreck, no yellow. That was McGaffey, Steve McGaffey there. And they're 3 wide for a moment. 3 wide again. Oh, that was a little bit tight there. That 12 truck's he's got something up, I think. I think he might have a tire going. Like, just watch the way it pushes for him. And he's got a lot of right front damage. And, you know, that's one of the most interesting things with the new tire model. Everyone talks about the new tire model, and I love that they added the ability to have tires cut down, you know?
Oh, yes. It brings a whole new element, and you have to really, really take care of it. Actually, it looks like Matthew Lee might actually have some right front damage. That's going to be interesting to see how that works out later on in the race, too.
We'll take a look at Matthew Lee here, and yeah, he does. Well, I saw when he got the damage, he tried to drive it off of 4 a little too hard, and he's on fresh tires since he got that damage, so luckily, no risk of losing it, but...
Aaron Smith back to the lead.
First time he's got the lead here tonight, and it is who went around. That's the question. I think William Rutger, maybe? Or was he on pit road? No, he was on pit road. I can't quite see who got that We got to look for the caution lights. That's...
Back here and take a look. It's interesting how this is going to work out because now you have 14 cars on the lead lap. Looks like Raymond... No, it looks like Tobias Eckenberg is going to be the first one lap down.
So caution flag's out, and I'm looking around the track now trying to see exactly what might have happened. I'm going to be honest, I don't see any truck that spun. So we'll try and look again. We'll try and time it right when the pace car lights come on. I heard a spin there. It was the one truck, and he didn't spin entirely. He didn't spin entirely. He just got loose enough and basically slid through the corner, but iRacing registered that as a spin and thus as a caution. But he did save the truck, and I would imagine he's probably going to patch 4 fresh tires up on that thing. The good thing with this caution, everyone's going to make it to the end now on fuel.
It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. We're going to need a couple. There's going to be a few guys. Kenneth McCullough trapped a lap down. That's going to be interesting how that works out.
Man, that's unfortunate. And we were, just moments ago talking about what a great strategy he had ran. That's unfortunately just luck of the draw on that one. Looks like the top 4 elect to not pit. Eckenberg will be the first one off. And he'll be back on the lead lap.
It looks like Ix went around. He had a little bit of help. It looks like Clint Cox might have gotten into the left rear a little bit and moved him up the track. Just drove her in a little too deep.
So 62 out of 100 laps in. When we go green, I got 2 questions for you. 1, do you think we see another caution? 2, do you think we see, or 2, who do you think's going to win based on what you've seen in that last green flag run, which was an incredible green flag run for Phoenix?
I think it's going to be tough for Kenneth McCall to climb out of this one. I do believe we are going to get another caution. They say caution breed cautions, and this is, in the most part, it is a short track, so we're going to get some bumping and bigging. We're going to get some knocking around. So I don't believe this is going to be our last yellow. We'll see how this goes. Let's grab Aaron Smith and see what he has to say about the track today.
All right, we'll talk to Aaron Smith. I'll let you get the word in with him.
Ooh, looks like we're not gonna be able to pull him up today. Let's talk to Clint Cox. Clint Cox, Jeff up here in the booth. How are you feeling tonight? Clint Cox, how are you feeling tonight?
It looks like they'll be going green, so he might be kind of getting in the zone.
That's unfortunate. We're going to lose him tonight.
Well, we'll talk to him probably after the race, potentially, if he finishes top 3, which is likely he will. Hopefully I didn't just jinx him. I'll let you get the green here.
Alrighty, pace lap, or lights on the pace car are out. The pace car is down. And we are back green. Aaron Smith with a huge
hard into the wall.
The Menards, and he is splitting everyone.
No crash, but he is, he's not in a good spot right now. I can tell you that.
It's going to be interesting.
That's
Ricky Howell.
Just
looks like he just spun the tires on the...
That's exactly what happened. Just got a little bit back end stepped out on him. You can see it from the start.
Ooh, we got the 14 that is just not being patient. Jade Bell knocking on the door of Ray Jackson.
Yeah, Howell's on that outside line trying to recover what he can off of that restart.
Oh, and Kenneth McCullough off into the grass. Looks like he got a little bit loose. He's going to go for a ride. Oh, no. He picked up the 9 of Brad
man.
Bothwell.
And that'll be our third caution of the evening. We'll take a look at that. And yeah, going off of the dog, off of 1, yep. Got into the grass, and he hopped, he hopped the, lack of a better word, the turtles, and yeah, got Bothwell in it. Or Bothwell. So, unfortunate luck for a driver that at one time had a really good run going here tonight. Now he's got a lot of damage on that truck. It's going to be pretty hard for him to kind of recover from that, but he still can.
It's going to be interesting to see what the strategy here is. Do you come in and at least top off? Do you come in and to get 2? You know, that was only 2-3 laps, but on that restart, you can really heat those tires up and maybe get in some trouble.
Well, I'd say 4 fresh tires, just because you don't know how long this next run's going to be. It could be 10 laps. It could be till the rest of the race. You don't know. So I feel like 4 fresh Eagles, you can't go wrong.
Oh, and we've got Aaron Smith down on the apron. Is he saving some fuel? Does he think is he going to come up a little bit short? He was one of the ones that stopped a little short.
You know, he might be that, or he might just be pacing down on the apron. I know I always pace like that, and I have no particular reason. I just kind of like doing it. So, might be fuel saving, might just be pacing down there just because.
It looks like there's a lot of damage on that 18 of Ricky Howell.
Yeah, Howell's truck was really beat up.
Ten-4. This is going to be interesting to see how this works out. It doesn't look like we're going to have any takers on pit road. That's interesting. Let's see how that works out. That's risky. I am being told by our insider information that a full truck is 48 laps. So if you stopped any time before 62, you do not have enough to make it to the end. That's going to be interesting because we had a lot stop around 50, 51. There's no way they're making it to the end. I do believe that is what Aaron Smith is doing. I think he is down there saving. If this does come down to a fuel mileage race, I think Matt Lee is going to be the one to watch. He is one of the best at saving fuel. Ooh, we got some on pit road. It looks like the lights may be out. We may be ready to go back green. As the pace car brings them down through the dog leg. I think first and foremost, let's talk about the prizes that are given out in these FEG iRacing flea market pages. As we go green, the lights are off, the pace car's down. Aaron Smith is off, and Braden Johnson with a not so great restart kind of bottles up the bottom line there. And it looks like we're going to get it sorted out. Let's take a look here. Keep an eye on the leader. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles the heat cycle. Oh, and he gets loose. That was wild. That was a good bit of driving by Aaron Smith there as he comes through the dog leg. Absolutely amazing. Andrew Melvin with a good run on the 16 of David Santini. Oh, is he going to get his nose in there? No, not this time. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a pull away here from 5th on back. Lap 73. 3 cautions all night. There's some great green flag racing. Let's just talk about the prizes that are given out. I touched on that before. The winner of the race is going to get $50, and then a random driver who finishes at least 80% of the laps, so 80 laps, is going to get $100 in cash every single night. Jeff at the iRacing, at the FEG PC and iRacing Flea Market, every single week is giving away cash. And that's just for this one. The big one comes up in about a month. That is going to be huge. Over $14,000 in prizes given out. $1,500 to the 2,200 and above iRating champion, or 2,300, I'm sorry, and 2,299 and below is going to get another $1,500. And we got a caution.
Caution flag out, and it looks like it might have been the 5. Hayes got around, going down into turn number 3, and he had a connection issue and went through the 20, and it sent him around up into the top wall, and that'll bring out, I believe, our 4th caution of the evening.
Ooh, yeah, Hayes Booth just rides up a little bit high and gets into the 20 of Julia McLean.
And that'll be his night over. I'm assuming no fast repair. He'd be back out if there was.
No fast repair tonight.
Yeah, he'd be back out if he was. Aaron Smith, your current race leader.
Are we gonna see him down pit road? We have 48 laps worth of fuel tonight, Matt.
Yeah, so I'd say the best thing to do would be to pit.
Flags. Absolutely. Everyone that stopped on those green flags is going to be short.
Best thing to do right now could be a pit stop.
Clint Cox. Aaron Smith.
Smith pits. Cox does not.
Ix is in.
Yeah, but look at this. Cox doesn't pit, but almost everyone else will hit the pits. A lot of the field.
It'll be interesting to see if he's trying to save or not. And it looks like Tyler Pluff is our lucky dog on the outside.
Yeah, a lot of those drivers wound up pitting there.
So that's going to put Santini in second. And it looks like Santini's
ran a pretty great race, I gotta say.
Santini's been had a really, really good race. He's 28 laps on fuel, so he cannot make it to the end from here.
Yeah, he'll have to pit one more time. Well, here's the thing with the cautions, they might be able to save enough.
That'll be interesting to see.
That's the thing. With the cautions, they might be able to fudge 2 laps. Especially depending on what lap they pitted in on, too.
Ooh, Matthew Lee is also still on the track. That'll be interesting. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, if it comes down to a fuel mileage race, this is my guy.
Yeah, I gotta go with the 70 Aaron Smith still. He's ran a great race so far. I like the way he's racing. I got a feeling that he'll be the one.
Let's see if we can grab Clint Cox again.
Give that one more go.
Yeah, see what he's thinking. See where his head is at here. Clint Cox, Jeffrey Smith up here in the booth. How you doing tonight? Yeah, we are having a little bit of technical difficulties. We will not be able to talk to Clint Cox tonight.
So right now, 80 laps in. We'll have 20 to go at the green. I'll let you get the green here.
Alrighty. The pace laps are out as a pace car brings them through 4. We have Clint Cox, David Santini, Matthew Lee, Ray Jackson, and Josh Bonwell. The pace car dives off onto pit lane. And we are green. Clint Cox with a great jump. Ooh, looks like the 4 of Ray Jackson did not get a go in. It stacked up the outside line. That's going to be interesting.
Pretty great start by most of the field. Look at the 4 truck, Ray Jackson. He's way out of line.
Oh, no. Aaron Smith is 7th. Oh, and we got a caution.
Yellow flag back in the air. It is Jade Bell. Slow on the bottom. And let's see what happened there to the 14 truck. Did he get loose? Yep. And wow, tagged the inside wall, something hard. But yeah, Jade Bell just loose off of turn number 1. Or turn number 2 rather, but you know, that's what happens on new tires. We have just under 20 laps to go.
So it looks like Aaron Smith was the first one to take fuel, or was to stop on that last run. He is in 5th. So we have the top 4 who are still on old tires at least. So it'll be interesting to see if those guys come down or if they elect to stay out here.
Yeah, right now 18 laps to go here.
Clint Cox, it's been 33 laps since Clint Cox stopped. That's a long time on tires here. Our track temp tonight is 92 degrees, so it can be a little bit tough on them tires. 33 laps is a long time to be waiting.
So 17 to go this time by. We'll probably go green with about 15 to go. Well, you think we stay green for the final 15, or you think we're in a little bit of a cycle here?
I think we're going to cycle. I think cautions breed cautions. I think until these top 4 decide whether to stop or not, I think it's going to be interesting on these restarts, and it's really going to have to be patient. The ones that stopped are going to really have to be patient on what they decide to do, how quick they get back on the gas here.
Yeah, right now 17 left, lights are on. We'll probably, like I said, get the 1 to go next time around.
And I'm looking here, it looks like it's Matthew Lee has 23 laps. So we have 15 to go. That's 38 laps. Matthew Lee should be good to the end. That's interesting.
And it should be quite interesting to see here as it all plays out. Rittenhour in pit lane. So, with Cox in the lead, now bear in mind, he hasn't pitted since his green flag stint. So, I'm wondering if he's anticipating on saving enough fuel, you know?
Yeah, Cox has 34 laps on those tires. I just don't see that working out. But fuel-wise, he can make it. He can save that 1 lap of fuel in order to make it to the end. But if this goes green-white checker, they will have 1 green-white checker, I do believe. So if it goes green-white checker, he will not have enough.
Yeah, 15 laps to go here.
And the lights are out on the pace car as they come through the dog leg. The pace car brings them down. 1, maybe last time. Is this going to be the one that gets us to gets us to the end?
Well, that's going to be the $1 million question on everyone's mind. I'm going to bet no. I'm saying we have 1 GWC towards the end.
Lights
there's
are
my
out.
pick.
Pace car is down.
And here we go.
Bang, bang, bang. Let's do this thing. Nice start from the top 4.
Yeah, pretty great start. 3 wide, though. The 37 up on the outside lane.
Melvin. Oh, we got one in the grass.
Oh, man.
Oh, and there's going to be a big pile up. Oh, he takes 3 with him. Kenneth McCullough.
Julia McLean. And that was the 51, Tobias. That was Tobias involved, Eckenberg. And watch what happens here. It's the same thing that's happened on pretty much every restart. Actually, he touched the 4 truck, and he hits the rumble strips right into the 20, into the 03. Man, oh man. Well, we'll take it to a caution break, Cam. We'll be right back on the American Sim Network. Do not go anywhere. We are in store for an exciting finish. Back live here on the American Sim Network, and 10 laps to go when we go green here.
And Matt, I'm hearing from race control that there may not be green-white checkers. There is no green-white checkers tonight. So whatever happens has to happen in the next 9 laps. Actually, in the next 5 laps, or it's ending under caution.
Yeah, about to say. So these guys, they got to play clean.
And that's going to be interesting to see because we have these top 4 that did not pit when everyone else. So it's going to be interesting to see how much Aaron Smith and Matt Quick and Andrew Melvin and Jared Icks, how much they push. And the lights on the pace car are out. And we are back green. Bang, bang, bang. Let's go do this thing one more time at Phoenix.
10 laps to go. And it is all Clint Cox leading the show. Santini, Lee, Bonwell, Smith, your top 5. Pretty good field of drivers here tonight. 9 at the line. They will get through this lap. Yes, they will.
Bonwell looking to the inside of Matt Lee.
Doesn't get the spot, though, unfortunately.
Oh, it looks like Santini's knocking on the door. Clint Cox. Oh, and Ix is down in the grass.
Will he save it? Yes, he will. He'll fall all the way back to 8th place, though. So he fell back a substantial amount, but 9 laps to go. Clint Cox, your current race leader, and he has led 65, count 'em, laps tonight. He doesn't have a lot of time to go till he wins tonight, potentially. Though Santini also doesn't have a lot of time to fight back if he wants it. Matt Quick trying to get past the 37 of Andrew Melvin and the number 1 of Ikes.
And Aaron Smith looks like he's moved up to 3rd past Matthew Lee.
Yeah, Aaron Smith doing a great job right now. Got back up to 3rd place. He's got 7 laps to make something happen. He has got to go like that truck has never gone before if he wants to win.
He's running about a 10th a lap.
Oh,
faster
Santini
than
almost. Santini, I think he made contact with the 3, but they didn't crash or anything, but they did make contact.
Oh, and the caution comes out.
With 6 laps to go.
Will we get a green flag to go?
Eli Warren, 21 truck, and the 18. Warren, what happened here? It looks like the 18 hit the wall, got loose, and then Warren got tagged by the 18, and who was that? The 87 Rittenauer was collateral in that as well. But, yeah, we had that with 6 to go. So we should have a 1-lap shootout even if we don't have green-white checkers set up. In theory, this will be a 1-lap shootout.
And
in
it
theory.
has to end here because the top 4 may be clutching to finish this race.
We'll see how it plays out. So that's the thing now, though. If we do get a 1-lap shootout, because you said no green-white checkers officially.
No green-white checkers. It's going to be very interesting to see how this 1-lap shootout goes.
I believe we'll get the 1-lap shootout because the caution, again, officially came out when they hit 6 laps to go.
Cox really has to be smart on this restart here. He cannot afford to have any kind of a slip up at all. He's had 2 really, really good stops or restarts back to back. Can he hang on?
Well, we'll see how it all plays out here. You'll have to get lights out this time here. If you don't, that'll be it.
I'm interested to see. We have Gregory Brandenburg started 25th, and he's managed to make his way up to 9th. That's a big. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, great run there. And
Great
lights
run for Gregory
do
Brandenburg.
not go out. So unless, well, if we get lights out next time, that will be a one-lap shootout. I was thinking it would be 2 to go if we had lights out this time, rather. So if we don't get the lights out when we hit the stripe this time, this will be your official finishing order. Barring any disconnections, of course.
Clint Cox with 48 laps to the lap on this run. So it'd be interesting to see, did he save enough? Matthew Lee has 37. Looks like David Santini has 48. Aaron Smith, obviously, he stopped on that just 20 laps ago, so he is good to go.
And they will get a 1 to go, so we will have a one-lap shootout, and remember, one-lap shootout, they do not get a caution.
Oh, this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge, Matt. How will this work out? Aaron Smith behind Clint Cox.
Well, Aaron Smith has his best chance to win this race that he's had probably all night. This is all going to be a question of how these drivers choose to capitalize on this. Will Clint Cox get a good runaway? Will David Santini get the win? Or maybe, and this is a long odd, maybe we'll see the 37 win this race. Here we go. Pace car down. Green flag.
Bang, bang, bang. One more time.
I tell you what, I think Clint Cox got the perfect restart.
Ooh,
1 to
Aaron
go,
Smith
presented by Over the Top Paints and Designs.
Aaron Smith just did not get a good jump.
Yeah, Clint got the perfect restart. I think this is going to be it going into 3 and 4 unless Santini really dives it in there and basically moves him out of the way, and he won't, and he's not going to get to him. That's going to be it. Clint Cox is going to win it here at Phoenix International. Santini, Smith, Lee 5th, Quick 6th, Melvin, Bonwell, looks like Brandenburg, Westerfield, Johnson, Pluff, Howell, Jackson, Rucker, Rittenauer, Eli Warren, Bell, Eckenberg, Chad Ross, Bothwell, McGaffey, Bullock, Ricky Howell, Mendina, Rucker, McCullough, McLean, Booth, and Corson rounds out your field. But Clint Cox, your man of the hour, will be your race winner. David Santini second. Well, now, let's see if we can talk to the race winner.
Let's get Clint Cox up here. Give him a shout out.
So he does a great burnout down the front stretch.
Clint Cox, Jeff Smith up here in the booth. How are you doing today?
I can see him keying up, but I can't hear him, and that's kind of the problem.
Looks like he is muted.
Clint, have you got a copy of me? Clint, if you can see, your mic is muted on Discord. We'll give him a second to try and get that situated. But yeah, see, is that gonna fix it? Nope.
Let's see if we can get X up here.
Well, we'll come back to Clint here, and we'll get it in with second place. Oh yeah, well, I'd say let's go to Santini. We'll go second place.
Let's go get a hold of Santini.
I'll bring Santini up here. We'll talk to him. David Santini, have you got a copy on us? It looks like he might be muted as well.
Yeah, it looks like drivers are saying they're being forced to put for a push to talk.
Oh,
gotcha.
Well,
there we go.
You know that.
Yeah,
would
it was
be...
saying something about push to talk, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, that would be an issue. Well, that could be it. So anyway, second place here tonight. You didn't force the issue on the last lap. Did you were you trying to get in there into 3, or were you just not? Didn't want to go in there too deep.
I could have. There was a couple chances there in the last couple restarts where I could have gotten to the back of him, and I thought I even did there in 1 and 2 a little bit because he got a little squirrely. But I didn't want to end the race that way, so I tried to race as clean as possible there.
Now, are you happy with second place after the race here tonight, or what do you think of the finish?
Well, I'm not, but the way this season's been going for me with getting wrecked so many times or getting involved in wrecks, yeah, I'll take it.
All right, and final question for you. Any sponsors you want to thank, that kind of thing?
Yeah, OSN. Hopefully, Zaxxon's out there watching right now. Maybe a couple other guys, I'm not sure, but hopefully at least he's watching there.
All right, thanks for talking to us, man. Good job on the second place finish.
Hey, thanks.
All right, and now we got Clint Cox up here. We'll try and get a word in with him.
Yeah, I got you now, man.
All right, Jeff, take it away.
Clint Cox with a great run tonight. How do you feel, buddy?
Toaster, man, I feel great. Led some laps there. Had a little strategy there that got us the win there in the end. We was battling pretty hard there. Ix got a little butt hurt about a little bump that I give him. But, it's all good. We got the win. We're happy about it.
Hey, you did a hell of a job. We were watching the whole time. Those 48 laps, we were really sweating for you up here in the booth. How did you manage to pull that out? What was the strategy going in there?
Man, we just had a lot of practice with the 606 racing team here the last week. We practiced a lot of long runs and stuff like that. And just somehow got those tires cooled off with time the cautions, and a good Coors Light during the break really cooled you off to get you ready for the next green flag run. That
is awesome. Hey, you got any sponsors you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, we got L8, 606 Racing, Coors Light, obviously. Donald Trump for being a great president and allowing us to do this every Monday. So, you just can't beat it.
You cannot beat a Clint Cox interview. We love you, buddy. Good luck.
Let's go, man. Number 1, baby.
All right, and last up on the interview block, it is none other than Aaron Smith. Aaron, have you got a copy on me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, well, good job on the third place finish. You ran a really great race. Are you happy with third?
Not really. I'd say I had the truck to beat for that first half of the race, and after that green flag pit stop we had, I was flat flying, saving gas and all. But yeah, we pit on that one of the last cautions, and they just kept on wrecking it up. So I never really got the chance to get back up to Cox. But yeah, it was.
Now, do you think you could have done that final restart any differently? You started third, or you think anything went wrong there?
Oh, yeah, I butchered it. I expected him to go a bit earlier like he had been all race, but I almost ran into the back of him, and then I got stuck behind a little bit, and that allowed the second place truck to get ahead of me. And so, yeah, if I can do that again, I'd probably hold back just a little bit and get a good run going into 1. But, yeah, otherwise it was all right.
All right, well, any sponsors you want to thank, that kind of thing?
Nah, my truck's blank.
All right, well, hey, maybe a sponsor watching tonight like the performance you put on. Maybe it won't be blank for long.
Hey, you never know. Doing these races, finishing well, it's always a top priority. So hopefully we'll come back next time and get another.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thank you for talking to us tonight, man.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right, and that'll do it for us tonight here from Phoenix International Raceway. We hope everyone enjoyed tonight as we fill in for GSRC TV. Though, don't forget, before we go, we want to remind you that ASN, once again, will be covering the FEG PC Monday night Big Money Series. It's a full season NIS schedule with fixed setup starting February 17th. Server goes up at 8 p.m. EST, 9:10 p.m. Qualifying, and 9:30 p.m. race. This is with the trucks. and there will be 2 champions with $1,500 to each champion. Big other prizes throughout the course of the season. We're talking a free PC to a league member each month. So if you need a new PC, hey, this might be the good league for you to check out. Apply at iRacing Flea Market on Facebook, and we cannot wait for this season to start.
I know
because
I am excited about this. This is huge.
I tell you what, from the race I saw tonight, I can't wait for their full season series because it's gonna be awesome. A little bit interesting seeing it with the truck, but I think that's gonna be some good fun getting that truck out there. So before we sign off here, anything you want to add, Jeff?
I'm just really, really excited about this next series going on. We still have a few races here to go. That's exciting. Jeff putting this whole thing on is just awesome. I had a lot of fun tonight with you here, Matt, on the American Sim Racing Network. This is a lot of fun. We appreciate you. We appreciate Jeff, and we appreciate these guys. These guys are really, really good.
Yeah, I want to give a big thanks before I sign off to Jeff Ford of FEG PC and Ford Entertainment Group for having me come on for this next season and having me fill in tonight. I am so happy to be working for this league, and I can't wait for the season. We're gonna have some great stuff for you here at ASN, and we hope everyone will tune in and watch. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you in February.